gallons in just. Thank you.
All right, Mike Prendergast has a pop-up.
Thank you, President Dane. Several of you might have helped before when we have supported the community health outreach at Jacksonville at their Lord's Pantry Ministry over on the west side. For those of you not familiar with CHO, I'm a board member over there. We have a food pantry. We have a ministry that provides every point with diapers to new mothers, and we have a free medical clinic and Duval County's only free dental clinic. We are this is our 35th year in operation. In celebration of our 35th anniversary, we're starting an annual fundraiser. CHO Social Jacks is going to be at Mercedes-Benz Orange Park in their showroom. We're going to have hors d'oeuvres, drinks, a live band. On everyone's table is an invitation, and they got one of these little fancy boxes you can hover your phone over. You can buy your tickets. We're not selling tickets at the door. We're also looking for sponsors and sponsorships available, and I have some sponsor information packs if anyone is interested. There's phone numbers for people to contact, or if anyone needs more information, you can talk to me. The event is October 12th. It's a Thursday night, 6:30 p.m. at Mercedes-Benz of Orange Park. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mike. Ed Lombard has the results of our football pool.
Want to congratulate Mark Halsey, who won a 4-way tiebreaker. This is only our second meet, so let's keep it going.
Congratulations, Judge Halsey. All right, a couple announcements before we get going with our program today. First, I'd like to go ahead and make the announcement that the Baker County Rotary Club is going to be hosting their annual fundraiser, which is a Beast Feast and Silent Auction fundraiser on October 7th. So Beast Feast, Silent Auction, Baker County Rotary Club, October 7th. Please make it out there if you can. I'd also like to make an announcement that next week at our meeting, we're going to be bringing back the raffle that we had been doing. Just to remind everybody, you purchase tickets. One ticket is $5. You can buy 10 tickets for, 3 tickets for $10, or you can buy 10 tickets for $20. And the first person to draw the Queen of Hearts is going to be the winner of our pool. So bring your money next week. We're going to get the raffle back up and going. Also, one of the more special traditions that we have as a club, as some of you may know, we haven't done this in a few years, but August is actually attendance month for Rotary. So I'd like to take a moment and just recognize some of our fellow Rotarians with an exemplary attendance record. Starting with Ed Lombard, 12 years. Mark Halsey, 16 years. Joe Springer, 17 years. Ike Sherlock, 17 years. Alton Yates, 17 years. Joe Eberly, 18 years. Will Croft, 18 years. Vince Coyle, 18 years. Marshall Butler, 20 years. Frank Shue, 21 years. Scott Emery, 22 years. Mike Crumpler, 22 years. Stu Irwin, 23 years. Ron Roberts, 26 years. John Runyon, 27 years. John Barley, 33 years. Excuse me. Yes, 33. Ken Baker, 41. And Jerry McCool, 45. Round of applause for you. All right, that being said, let me bring up Mike O'Brien for this week's Family Rotary.
Thank you, President Dane, and good afternoon, Rotarians and all our guests. We just have a short list today. We have a birthday announcement. Matt Hebner was on 7 September, and Tom Chippanella is on 14 September. I think that's tomorrow, isn't it? 14 September. Did we miss any announcements, prayer requests, promotions, Any in the audience that we haven't caught? So, Mr. President, that's my report. Thank you, sir.
All right, I'd like to bring up our Sergeant at Arms, William Milne, to introduce our guests and visiting Rotarians.
President Dane, and good afternoon, Rotarians. Today we have three guests with us. We have a guest from Mr. Stephen Rollins. Will you please introduce your guest?
Hey, Stephen Rowland. I work at Business Valuation Incorporated, and we have a sister business that's a middle market investment banking firm called Heritage Capital Group. And today I've got one of the principal investment bankers with me from Heritage, Scott Hannon.
Welcome, Scott. And Lombard, you have a guest.
Yes, I'd like to welcome again Austin Nicholas from Northeast Florida Builders Association.
And Mr. Sherlock.
I'd like to welcome Brian London.
Welcome. All right, we don't have any visiting Rotarians today unless somebody came in without signing in. Right? All right. Well, for the Rotary history fun fact of the day, we're going to be talking about women's entrance into the club. And until 1989, the Constitution and the bylaws of Rotary International stated that Rotary was for males only. In fact, in 1978, the Rotary Club of Duarte, California, invited 3 women to become members. And as a result, the Rotary International Board withdrew the charter of that club for violating the Rotary International Constitution.
Wow.
The club brought suit against Rotary International, claiming a violation of state civil rights law, which prevents discrimination of any form in business establishments or public accommodations. The appeals court and the California Supreme Court supported the Duarte position that the Rotary could not remove the club's charter, merely protecting women into the club. The United States Supreme Court upheld the California court, indicating the Rotary clubs do have a business purpose and are in some ways public-type organizations. And this action in 1987 allowed women to become Rotarians in any jurisdiction having similar public accommodation statutes, and the Rotary International constitutional change was made at the 1989 Council on Legislation with a vote to eliminate the male-only provision for all of Rotary, and as it stands nowadays, thankfully, we are all Rotarians. And President back to the council.
Thank you very much, William. It's good to be on the right side of that issue now. And I'd also like to reiterate the sentiments. A big welcome to all of our guests here today. Now I would like to call up Tim Johnson, who's going to introduce our speakers today. We got 2 of them. Jennifer.
All right. Good afternoon, Rotarians, ladies and gentlemen, visiting guests. I'm delighted to introduce our guest speaker today, Jennifer, a remarkable individual whose dedication to both the field of veterinary medicine and community service is truly inspiring. Jennifer's journey began at the University of New Hampshire, where she pursued pre-veterinary medicine, complemented by a keen focus on business development. Jennifer's professional journey has seen her take on pivotal roles in managing various clinics, ranging from general practice to emergency and critical care hospitals, as well as referral hospitals with advanced specialties. Now, beyond her clinical expertise, Jennifer's passion for community service shines through her involvement with the First Coast No More Homeless Pets since 2014. What sets Jennifer apart is her belief that the human-animal bond holds immense health and social benefit. It is with great pleasure that we welcome Jennifer Barker to the West Rotary today. Her unique blend of veterinary expertise and community service exemplifies the Rotary core value of service above self. Please join me in extending a warm Rotary welcome to Jennifer Barker.
you so much for having us today. We're thrilled to be here to have the opportunity to share about the work that we do at First Coast No More Homeless Pets. And I'm going to go ahead and get this PowerPoint activated. Excellent. Okay. So we are a nonprofit animal welfare organization. We were founded 21 years ago, and we have a mission to improve animal welfare. I know that there's a lot of animal lovers in this room, and I know that you share the same love and companionship that many of us have for animals, and realize how much they actually give back to our community and how they make people live longer, happier, healthier lives. So we want to do the exact same for these animals. And we are unique here in Jacksonville. We work really, really hard to make sure that all of the animals entering our shelter systems and that reside with family members have access to the care that they need. And so the mission of First Coast No More Homeless Pets is to provide affordable and accessible veterinary care programs. We do that by operating safety net veterinary hospitals. We do have 2 locations here in Jacksonville, and we are open 7 days a week. Not only do we keep our doors open 7 days a week for all of the sick and injured animals that need our care, and for the ones that need to come in for vaccines, maybe puppy packages where they need to get started on their preventative care. But we also operate one of the largest spay and neuter clinics in the entire nation, right here out of Jacksonville, Florida. Our surgical team is on track to perform over 22,000 spay and neuter procedures this year alone. That's a lot of surgeries, so we're on track to do over 100 procedures again today. And why is that important? Providing spay and neuter programs is a humane way to control the population and also to reduce the amount of animals that are winding up in our shelter system. So we're not a shelter at First Coast No More Homeless Pets, but our goal is to help keep animals out of the shelter system to begin with. And we do that by offering the access to low cost or no cost spay and neuter programs, and by keeping our affordable veterinary care hospitals open year round. We have a big focus on charitable veterinary care programs. And I will also mention that what makes us unique is we focus on the cat population quite a bit, because it's so important that we do that. A lot of our spay and neuter programs are dedicated to free roaming, outdoor, feral community cats. And we do have a lot here in the neighborhood surrounding Jacksonville, and it's really important that we make sure that they're not reproducing and that they're also living healthy lives. It's very, very important that we don't have all of these kittens winding up in our shelter system, because we are strained right now to find loving homes for all of these animals. So that is a little bit about our mission. I wanted to highlight just some of the work that we've done over this past year. So last year we did 21,820 spay and neuter procedures. And I will tell you, I think we're going to get pretty close to 23,000 by the end of this month, which completes our fiscal year. So the team has been working really hard to be available to the community, and we're seeing rising demand for all of our services. So even though that is a pretty massive number, more and more people need to access our services. You can see we provide a lot of charitable veterinary care. Last year alone, we provided over $400,000. And this is a critical program because this helps keep these animals who are already bonded with their family members and maybe experience some sort of medical trauma or injury or illness. If the families don't have the ability to even afford that low cost fee, we go ahead and we intervene and we allow the animal to get the treatment that he or she needs so they can go back home healthy with the family. That's a very important pet retention program, because what happens in other communities where they're not organizations like First Coast No More Homeless Pets is a lot of these animals may then be relinquished to the shelters or even have worse fate. Another pet retention program that we operate is our emergency pet food bank. We serve hundreds of families, and we make it easy for them to be able to access food when they may have a financial hardship, access food for their dogs and cats. So you can see we handed out over 166,000 pounds of food last year alone. We are very proud of our pet food bank because it really does take a village to make all of this work happen. And this is a strictly volunteer run program. We have wonderful volunteers that twice a week make sure that they're in our clinics and scheduling appointments and distributing the food to the families that have that need. And we also have wonderful partnerships with community members, corporations, and they donate all of this food to us so we can go ahead and put it to good use. And you can see in our veterinary clinics, we also are very steady. We reached over 67,000 patients last year alone. And we are committed to hiring more veterinarians, more surgeons, more veterinary technicians because the need is great, and especially with changes in our economy and what we've seen in traditional veterinary medicine is really skyrocketing costs that make it very difficult and create barriers for some families to be able to do the right thing for their pets. So it's important that we continue to have the ability to do more and increase our capacity.
If you want to take the mic out, go right ahead.
Thank you. All right, so we have some pretty amazing community partnerships, and this really is the lifeblood of the work that we do. It's getting the community to come together to help us have this impact. This past year, we created a partnership with a nonprofit organization called Fix Them All. They have a similar focus where they provide access to low-cost spay and neuter voucher programs. The unique thing about Fix Them All is they're focused on some of the areas surrounding Jacksonville that may be underserved. So we're venturing out into Baker County now, where we've started a bi-monthly transport. We're picking pets up from McClenny and other areas and transporting them to our spay and neuter center. So we've been able to remove that transportation barrier. So we are not a shelter, I mentioned that earlier, but we are here to help strengthen and support our local shelters. We work with over 20 local rescue and shelter agencies. And what that means is our medical team is preparing all these animals for adoption. On an annual basis, we reach about 7,000 homeless animals, and we make sure that they're spay or neutered, they're vaccinated, they've had their well checkup, and then they're ready to go to a loving home. So that is a wonderful program, and I can tell you there's more and more rescue groups that need to come to us, and not all of these local organizations have their own veterinarians and their own medical staff, so they really do rely on us to provide that care. Some of you may know the name PetSmart Charities. They've been an incredible partner over the past couple of years. We've been working very closely with PetSmart Charities and 14 other organizations across the country, and we are developing best practices in animal welfare so we can start more programs not only here at home, but all across the country. So we can do better for these animals, and we can provide resources so there can be sustainable programs. So through our partnership with PetSmart Charities and serving on their animal advisory cohort, we've been able to make a lot of progress. Aging True has been another fantastic partner. So everybody loves their pets. It doesn't matter if you're a small child that is so connected to the dog that loves you when you get off the bus, or maybe you're a senior citizen and you're no longer in the workforce and you're spending the majority of your day with your animals. So that companionship really means so much, and we want to make sure that in a time of need, all families have access to care. So this past year, we started a charitable veterinary care program for senior citizens in our community, and that's been a wonderful success. I wanted to point out what we do at First Coast No More Homeless Pets to be able to keep our doors open and not have to turn any animal away. There is a veterinary shortage. Not only are there not enough veterinarians to fill all these open positions, but there's also not enough veterinary technicians. And of course, we need that level of support to do the work that we do. So we decided to get creative and realize that our organization offers a wonderful training opportunity. And so in 2019, we created a job training program. It's our veterinary technician education and employment program. And it is a vigorous 6-month program where these participants learn all of the medical skills necessary to become competent veterinary technicians. And they are paid during this program. They have access to all of the resources employees have, including the health plan and benefits. And not only are we teaching them the medical skills necessary, but we are also providing access to life skills training. And that's really important because this program is targeted at reaching young adults in our community that may have some opportunity gaps and may not be considered for employment in other places. So this training program with the life skills component has been really successful. You can see the majority of the participants graduate from the program and continue to work for our organization or other animal welfare organizations. We've had 14 students go through the program, and we are interviewing our 15th student this week, I think. So that's exciting. At First Coast No More Homeless Pets, something that we've decided is really important to our workplace culture is offering wellness programs. And the reason we believe in that is because working in a high volume, very demanding work environment where you're exposed to sometimes a lot of tragedy, it can really weigh on team members. And in veterinary medicine, it's common for employees to experience compassion fatigue or burnout. And we want to make the difference. People come into this line of work because they care, and we want them to stay in the industry for a very long time. So we started some workplace wellness programs a couple of years ago, and it's really made a massive difference. It's helped us improve our retention. It's improved the morale, and it also helps us hire new veterinary students. It's very important to them that they do have access to wellness programs and other initiatives that can allow them to have a balanced lifestyle while contributing and giving to the line of work that they love. And I wanted to share a little bit about the future of the organization. So we're straining to keep up with this rising demand. There's just not enough programs. As more and more people move into our community, more animals are coming in, and we need to make sure that we can lead the way and increase our capacity. So at First Coast No More Homeless Pets, we're in the middle of a capital campaign to do a major renovation to our Norwood facility. And that's going to allow us to increase our capacity by about 40%. So we'll be doing over 30,000 spay and neuter procedures. And I can tell you there's a need. So we know those animals are going to be coming through our doors. We created a short video that I hope will play today that just talks a little bit, gives you a background on the history of the organization and talks about our future. We were founded in 2002. And then I say in the services. Yes, clear support that. Our recommendation that will allow us to increase our surgery capacity 40%. The will allow us to work with. So I'm excited to share that we're launching my support. The financial contribution, the volunteers, we might be able to help make our dream a reality. We give us a call, come to the we can call us at 904-520-7930. You can go to our website. We can have a QR code. The support is so meaningful. We appreciate the law. We feel so fortunate. I have to understand that. They are even that. Okay.
But it's pretty music.
Thank you. Thank Katrina. Katrina is here with us today, and she's our social media marketing manager, and she did a great job putting that together. I'd love to take an opportunity to see if there's any questions or if you'd like me to expand on anything. Yes, sir.
A great presentation. Is that video on YouTube to share?
It is. Yes, and there are some cards and material on the table, and I do believe that the QR code will take you right to the website where you can access the video as well. Thank you. Yes.
Your card, thank you for your presentation. Your card mentions volunteer opportunities. What kind of work do volunteers do for you?
I really appreciate that question. We love our volunteers. We work with just about 100 active volunteers right now, but we do need more. And there are so many different volunteer opportunities that you could participate in. So some people come in and they help in our laundry center. We do about 10,000 pounds of laundry in a single week at one location alone. So we need those washers and dryers going about 12 hours a day. You can help with our pet food bank. You can schedule appointments for that. You can also help with some remote volunteer opportunities. So we schedule a couple hundred appointments every single day. And to make sure that our medical team stays efficient, we do like to do confirmation calls and make sure that families are still planning on showing up. And we talk them through what to expect for their visit. So if you don't mind talking on the phone and you want to help us make calls, that's something that our volunteer manager can help you get set up to do at home. You can help us in our clinics as well. So there's a lot of animals that come into our center daily, and you could assist some of the veterinary technicians and make sure that supplies are stocked. and that they have everything they need. So there's really an immense variety of things that you can do. If you enjoy meeting people in the community, you could make some introductions and help spread our message by maybe doing some of your own presentations once we get you up to speed on all of the programs that we offer. So and if I didn't say it, we probably have the opportunity if you're interested, so let us know. Thank you.
Judy McKinney has a
So,
follow-up question.
From one of our viewers, can high school students volunteer?
Absolutely. They absolutely can volunteer. And we have through our website, they can access our volunteer application. And Becca, our volunteer manager, will talk to them about all of those opportunities. But we do work with a lot of different local high schools, and their students volunteer for us. Yes.
Our table had a little discussion here, like some amazing statistics you put up there, like the 23,000 spay and neuter a year. And we were thinking, okay, so you've got non-holidays, about 250 weekdays, work days a year. How many veterinarians are doing those? Because that would seem to be like 80 to 100 of those a day. And I would think whoever's doing it is getting mighty tired.
Yes, I do know they're tired this week because we have had a huge influx of cases, but we do in fact do 80 to 100 procedures every single day. And between all of our programs, we have about 15 veterinarians that support us. And we have about 45 veterinary technicians as well. So it takes a large team to accomplish all of this. And we intend to hire another surgeon this year, and we're also working in partnership with the University of Florida College of Veterinary Medicine. And we are hoping that we will be able to hire 2 of their graduates for this coming school year. We actually do training for the University of Florida College of Veterinary Medicine now. We started an internship program, and they send their students to us so they can receive mentorship from all of our veterinarians. Did that answer your question? Thank you.
Any other questions from the club? Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
On behalf of the club, Jennifer, thank you very much. Excellent presentation. We have a small token of our appreciation. Thank you so much. And thank you, Katrina. That was quite nice.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. So just very quickly before we adjourn, I'd like to say next week our speaker is going to be Commander Tim Trimble. He's with Navy Talent and Acquisition. Big hat tip to Larry Daly for making this happen. One more time, just quick reminders. We have the Baker County Rotary Club's first annual Beast Feast and Silent Auction coming up on October 7th. And with that being said, I would like to turn it over to past President Ike Sherlock, who's going to lead us in the 4-way test.
Please join me in the 4-way test. Things from Faith Senator Judy first.
Is it the truth?
Truth.
Fair to all.
Fair to all concerned.
Will build goodwill and better
Will better
friendships.
friendships.
Will be
Will
beneficial.
be beneficial to all concerned.
Thank you very much, fellow Rotarians. Let's go make the world a better place.
Have a great day, everybody.